5 years ago today, a fire ignited just south of Cal State San Marcos and erupted into the destructive Cocos Fire.
And tonight, 10 News reporter Michael Chen visited the hardest hit area, a community still waiting to rebuild.
It's very peaceful. It feels like home.
Nestled just west of Escondido.
It is home.
A vision of nature's harmony.
Look at this view.
And its power.
It's very emotional. Very emotional.
Betty Page Anderson vividly remembers the shouts of firefighters that night.
So I hear mandatory evacuation. Everyone must leave.
When she and other residents of the Harmony Grove Spiritualist Association left that night,
there was a lot of smoke in the distance.
By the next afternoon, the flames had consumed much of a community dating back more than a century.
We welcome all faiths. We believe in the ability to communicate with those who have passed.
The faith of a community, including mediums and healers, tested. The church reduced to ash. 22 of 27 homes burned.
All windows out, a huge living room, dining room.
Including Anderson's. The trauma of that day slow to fade. Services were moved to a building that was spared, but much of this area,
very frustrating,
remains frozen in time.
Sadness. It's sad.
5 years later, not one home has been rebuilt.
Certainly didn't think it would take 5 years, no.
Because many of these buildings date back to the 30s, the county has required the community map be redrawn to account for modern codes. For things like septic tanks, the process has been a long one.
Fire safety is another concern. This is actually a street, 2 steps, and I am across. Many of these streets will have to be widened.
Unlike many of her neighbors, Anderson did have insurance. She plans to rebuild.
I see a lot of possibility. I didn't realize I'd get this emotional, to tell you the truth.
Emotion singed with frustration and anticipation.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of joy when we have our community back up. And I hope to see that soon.
Michael Chen, 10 News.
Anderson says homeowners are hoping to begin rebuilding by the end of the year. In March of 2015, a 13-year-old girl was found guilty of starting the Cocos Fire. She was sentenced to 400 hours of community service.